This episode of the Triangle Offense podcast is hosted and sponsored by Unheralded Media. Unheralded Media is a digital media collective formed all by the love of basketball. So if you make videos, podcasts, articles, or you're a photographer or a videographer, and you love and specialize in making content surrounding the game of basketball, come to Unheralded and we'll host and sponsor your content. Whether it's NBA, WNBA, NCAA, or even the high school level, we'll take in your content and you can join us and form a special community. So if you do want to join, DM us at Unheralded on Instagram, Twitter, and all the other social media platforms you can find on our website, www.unheralded.xyz/web. Thank you for listening. Welcome back to another episode of the Triangle Offense podcast, the only podcast where the three hosts could probably be traded for Jordan Poole. We might get a couple more wins for the Washington Wizards. You know what I'm saying? Today, we're going to continue from where we left off last week. Of course, we had a special guest with us last week, the elite basketball mind, Phritz. But we got the big man back in our office, feel me? And we're going to pick up right where he wants to be. Of course, we're talking about each team's most disappointing and most surprising players. And we're going to start with the Memphis Grizzlies
Okay.
without Twelski. Nahum, let me hear how you feeling, bro.
If I had to pick someone on the Grizzlies that's most surprising so far, I'm gonna go with my son Santi
Mm,
Aldama. Like he's been hooping like 13 points a game, 36% from three, 47% from the field. Like he's
Wrote it
been
off
picking his spots
88
very well.
plus last night.
He's been picking his spots very well, and I like how his offensive game is looking. Defensively, he's not that bad either. So I like how that's looking too. And then disappointing, I'd probably say Zaire. I feel
mm,
like I wanted him to take a bigger leap. I'm not gonna lie.
word. I feel like for Zaire Williams, we're gonna get when we was talking about Dallas, what did I say? I was like Josh Green been kind of stagnant. And it's like
Yeah,
he played too many minutes to be doing like that. That's kind of how I feel about Zaire for real.
Where
I feel like
like I feel like
yeah, go ahead.
I feel like for Zaire to have playoff experience 2 years ago, and he was battling injuries, but coming back from it, I thought he was gonna be more involved in the rotation last year. But now that he is this year, it's not like I thought he was gonna take off the ground jumping, but it doesn't really look like that right now. So
Or Mike, how you feeling?
surprising for me. Um I'm gonna I'm gonna say Bane, not because like what he's doing right now, we all know he was able to do it. Um but like it's the consistency that he's doing it at. Like he's he's almost dropping 25 a game every game.
My word.
Uh, like he's really like shouldering their offense right now. Um, and they don't have uh many options to go to except him. So like that's in my eyes, that's why they're losing so many games. Is just because like offensively, like they only have one guy they can go to for real, and he's not a playmaker necessarily. So like without Ja being there, it's not you don't have somebody who's going to be able to hit people in their spots. Um, but like he's shouldering their offense, and a lot of the games they lost are close games. So like it's like he's doing enough to just keep them in the game, but like he's not necessarily getting help at the same time. So I would say most surprising is Desmond Bain.
What you got for most disappointing?
Disappointing. Uh, disappointing. I wanted to say I wanted to say Zaire also, but I feel like it's too easy because it's like he's young. I don't want to be too hard on him just yet. So like I'm not gonna say he's disappointing because it could be like um Memphis is in a very weird state right now. So like um and then their best player isn't coming back for some time. So like I'm sure everything will be normal with them again when he comes back. Uh so I didn't want to say Zaire. For me, um is Trip. Uh only because um I still don't think his offensive game is where it should be. Uh and his defense has taken a dip in my eyes. Like he's still a great defender. That's not going to go away. But the, there's certain things like that we were expecting him to be like more mature at and get better at, like staying out of foul trouble. And he's still getting in foul trouble. He jumps for everything. Certain things like that. And then um I don't know, it just kind of seems like defensively he's not all the way like locked in at times. So it could be like that that is why he's like not more mature in a sense. Uh but yeah, I would say Trip. That's my most disappointing player right now for the
Mike, all I'm gonna say is the next team is a player you better be your most surprising because you better stand on that business.
what is it?
We're gonna get to the next team.
It's probably the Timberwolves.
Nah,
Kings.
but my most surprising player, and I gotta be the guy to say this, is Bismack Biyombo. For a man to be as unemployed as he was like a month ago,
He's
to
working.
kind of walk in on a hardship contract and immediately like put impact in the games down the stretch. It was a couple teams, it's a couple wins that they have where like it really boiled down to like those lineups were small and they just put Busy out there and he got busy, you feel me? And
Right.
like for him to be doing that this late into his career where he's very much like a pickup on a when the roster is getting thin type of guy, like teams aren't really looking to sign him to be their backup big. He's more like a third string, fourth string kind of guy. I gotta give him his credit because it was kind of like out of nowhere how thin the Grizzlies got. So for him to kind of be holding it down, it was like one game. I forgot which game it was. It was like he got like a crazy steal or something like that, and it was like I didn't even know he could still do stuff like that. So I give him his credit. And like since the last time we talked about the Grizzlies, they picked up a few wins. It doesn't look as dead as it did look. So it's like I have to get a team credit overall. Not that
Right.
the entire team has been surprising, but like they're starting to understand like what's it gonna be like now that they're this thin. They're starting to get comfortable in like their higher roles. I feel like my only concern was like and it was one of the reasons why I was going to almost say Desmond Bain was like I didn't know he could be this offensively consistent when he has this much to shoulder on offense. He's basically the entire offense. So it's
Right.
like for him to be able to kind of hold up what he was doing last year, I feel like it kind of solidifies that he does have that ability to be like a elite second option. I mean, like even nowadays, like if you're a first option, you got to average 25 and like the last 2 seasons that he's put together, like he's been averaging over that. So it's like also kind of seeing the trajectory that he's going on has been very interesting. I gotta say my most disappointing before he got injured was low key Marcus Smart. I'm not gonna lie. But I decided to only kind of go half on that because it's like he came in for a certain they brought him in for a certain reason. It was kind of to hold the team down while Ja was going to be out, and also like because he was like he perfectly fits that like defensive identity of Memphis. Um, but I feel like they bit too much. They bit too much on like the player Marcus Smart. Like I feel like you can't just ask him to come in and like be the primary playmaker. Like every roster that Marcus Smart was on in Boston, it was always an issue of them getting a playmaker. It's like it was never that they didn't have a point guard because Marcus Smart was always on the team, but it was a constant need of a primary playmaker because that was like the main issue. So it was like for Memphis to kind of like hedge on Marcus Smart to come in and do that while Ja was out, that was kind of like a losing bet. So I'm not disappointed, but it was more so like, what did you really think he was going to be able to do um when the roster was this thin and like your real playmaker was out? So I'm gonna say like half Marcus Smart, half Zaire Williams for the reasons Mike was saying, but for sure. And then we got that's what I was saying. We got Miami. Miami the next team. I want Mike to stand on business.
Yo, so I'm starting. Surprising.
Yeah.
All right, most surprising, easily Bam. Um, Bam has been working this season. It's like we all been so hard on Bam for the longest, and it looks like he's finally like taking that leap. Uh, the season he's put together so far has been great. And Miami's actually winning games, which I didn't think they were going to do. So like that speaks for itself. Um, and yeah, like I think it's easily Bam that he's definitely been the most surprising player. One of the best bigs in the East right now. Arguably the best big in the East right now.
He better than AD.
Yes, 100%. I'm standing on that. Uh, standing on business. And yeah, Ben is the most surprising player on the Heat right now. Because I was expecting like our usual from him. Like he averages 17,
18.
yeah, 17 with 9 rebounds, 10 rebounds, something like that. But like he averaging like 23, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23 and like what, 10?
23 times. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and how many assists? How many
4 assists, one
Like
block,
4.
1 steal.
Yeah, like that's what we want. That's what I want to see for Ben. Like we wasn't asking him to score a lot. Like we wasn't asking that, but at least to hit that 20 points per game mark. And he's over that right now. So
It's kind of the opposite of what we was talking about last week with the Lakers, which makes
yeah.
it kind of funny. It's like
Yeah.
Jimmy don't want to score for real. So he be trying to tell Bam, like, bro, like go out and do your
Facts.
thing. And he been doing it high key. So
Yeah,
like I
he
gotta
has
give him credit. Who's your disappointing?
on Miami
Yeah,
disappointing. I want to say Kyle Lowry, but that's too easy.
that's too easy. That's not even
That's
fair.
yeah, that's too easy because like he's just getting old. It's not his fault. Like it's father time.
I'm not.
So
I'm not
Go
gonna
ahead.
lie. Nobody on this Miami team is underachieving right now. Like
that's
they're
what I'm
Oh,
playing
saying.
great basketball.
That
no.
that,
I got something for y'all.
that I'm yeah.
Who you think?
I can't really name anybody that's disappointing.
My most surprising Bam, Your most surprising Bam?
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like going with Bam was the easiest. Like
High
Who else?
key, but it's like who else was we
But
really
it's
going?
yeah, like who
I
else?
ain't gonna
Especially
lie.
because
I
we
feel
was we was
like
bidding on him
Duncan
for
Robinson is averaging 15 a game right now.
bro. I was going to like touch on it high key because like he's back.
Sam
But
Duncan
Hauser.
like
Robinson.
that kind of been him his whole career. It's like he had like one season he good, one season he not really playing, and then he'll just be
I
back
like
and
how
forth.
like I wanted Bam to be better. Like of course him taking that jump wasn't really a surprise for me. It was just a like finally thank you moment.
It was for me.
Like
I read him off. He was done for me. Like he was
Duncan Robinson averaging 15, in my opinion, from what not playing at all at a certain point. Like I feel like that shows true professionalism.
shoot or
And
shoot, man.
now we're and he's shooting 41% from three right now. So on 7 attempts.
Sam Hauser's still better.
But go ahead, Harold.
Bro,
I don't have it. I don't have it the most disappointed
my
player
most
for the match.
disappointing player because it's just a role player that I've always been high on, and I've thought like he would be such a better help for this team that he's been, and it's Josh Richardson,
I
bro.
knew it. I was about to say.
I don't know what's going on. See,
I
Mike.
do.
See, Mike know my role players. That's why. Like Josh
When you
Richardson.
said role player, I was like, oh.
Like Josh Richardson, he just like I thought like the minutes that Duncan's been getting because he's really been back. I thought like Josh would take advantage of the situation that like they didn't get the guard they wanted. Kyle Lowry really shouldn't even be playing that many minutes. So it was like if Tiro's hurt, like if he's out, it's like you need like another not like lead guard, but like really like that strong guard to have on your bench. And it's like I would have thought he would be like comfortable being back in that situation because that's kind of like Miami where he made his name. And the last couple of stops that he's been like one of the best role players. So for him to kind of take a step back, it's kind of like a bad time for his career. I mean, like they're winning games, but it's like when you see a roster this thin, like Miami has been the last few seasons, it's a very all hands on deck situation. And it's working out for them so far, even without Tyler Hero. I think they like 5-1 without Tyler Hero, which is
Yeah.
another conversation for itself. But like when it gets to the playoffs, it's no Max Strus, it's no Gabe Vincent to like go crazy and drop the Celtics off. So it's like we need Josh Richardson to step up and drop the Celtics off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I
But
was just like,
yeah, to touch on Tyler Hero though, like I think if he didn't get injured, I would have chose him for sure. Surprising.
he been like that the last 2 seasons for real.
No, but like he wasn't averaging no 25. Bro was averaging like 20 or 21.
And he up
He
to like 23.
he he up to 23.
Yeah, he ain't make no. He not averaging like
That's because of
27.
injury though. Your numbers go down. Your numbers go down for injury.
I feel like Tyler Hero been going off for like 25, 26 a game.
Yeah, it's because of injury. His points per game, your injury because of injury, your points per game go down.
That's fair. Oh, where he did get injured in the first quarter that game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah.
he been averaging 25
Not
before
word.
injury. He was wilding. He was wilding.
If this was like a week or two ago, I'd say Jimmy Butler. But like Jimmy don't even be caring. I feel like that's not fair to like dismiss him how he plays to him just not caring. Like he kind of cheat coded that. But it's like now he's kind of looking like his regular numbers, so I can't even talk. He been shooting the three ball a little bit.
Not against the Bulls the other night. Shoot.
Nah, he was taking them conference final
Yeah,
attempts.
like, like that's a bad shot. I don't know why he shot that.
Bruh. All right, next we got the Milwaukee Bucks.
Um, I'm gonna start off with my most disappointed. My most disappointed is probably the like I want to say Dame because of how he's been playing, but it
He
looks like
picking
he's
it
been
up.
starting to.
He picking it
Yeah,
up.
it looks like he's
Picking it up.
trying to pick it up. I feel like that was their lack of like performance. Like everybody else is pretty much doing everything that I expected them to do. And my most surprising player I'm gonna say is Malik Beasley.
That's my most surprising player.
I like Malik Beasley a lot for them, and he's been shooting the pill at a crazy clip, 46% on 6 attempts. Like
Yeah,
that's good numbers.
yeah,
So
And
my,
he
my
was tasked to guard the team each team's best guard, and he been doing it. He been working. I like going into it. People was like, why would you ask Malik Beasley to guard your best guard? But he's been taking that assignment, doing like a pretty decent job. And like them lineups where it's him out there with the starters, like they really got it. And people were kind of like questioning whether Malik Beasley was still that guy. But like that's just what happens when you like play with LeBron. People think you can't play basketball no more. But it's like now that he's in a situation where it's like he can win. I feel like he can go out and have a season. And if it's the end of the season and the Bucks win, people are gonna start looking at him more and more like how people be looking at KCP or like Danny Green and stuff like that. And I feel like that's very deserving I feel like he's been very similar in his skill set his entire career. He's just never been in a situation where he could really play and win. So I also feel like he kind of has a chip on his shoulder because he's going out to talk about that a little bit. So like I know for me, like I was surprised, like he was really just taking up on that assignment. So yeah, he definitely my most surprising player too. I feel like
I
yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Malik is my most surprising player. Easy. Uh, my most disappointing. I can't say I have one. It's the same thing like what Nahum was saying. Like it would have been Dame, but like he's obviously starting to pick it up. Um, I think that's it. The Bucks are the Bucks. Like they playing good basketball right now. They gonna keep
For,
it going for a minute.
for
It's,
me,
it's,
my most disappointing player wasn't even almost Dame. It was almost Chris Middleton. But I'm gonna still give him some time because he's still on a minutes restriction. So I'm gonna let him work that out. But it feel like he's been on a minutes restriction for like mad long, and like
he's not he's not
I'm
even
starting to get
producing photo.
worried.
So
Like I'm starting to get worried. But it's
Yeah,
like he's also a type of player where like I kind of could hold out faith that he could like turn it around. But it's like it be feeling like he's not even on the team no more.
yeah, nobody talk about him. I'm not. I've been to. I like. Nah, I'm not getting to this right now. I can't.
You know,
Can't.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it right now.
For the Wolves, my player My player is not even my player that I have most surprising for the Wolves was my most disappointing 2 weeks ago, and that is that is Big Purr Carl Anthony Towns.
Mm,
I'll be completely honest. I wrote him off. I thought like he was kind of losing his space on his team where Ant was kind of taking over and they were starting to fill in a roster to benefit him. And then bringing in Gobert was a situation in itself where it was kind of like, how many years does Cat really have left on the team?
right,
But they started going on a streak, and Cat started picking up his game, and he's getting back. His shooting's getting back to where it needs to be, where we expect it to be from him. And like the last 3-4 games that he's put together has been very fantastic for the Wolves. And he even went out and won them a game last game.
right,
So if he stays in this rhythm and the Wolves don't lose any of their defense or offense because of the shots that he's taking, then I think the Wolves are even scarier than a lot of people who are high on them could even predict, because I feel like everyone thought like Ant would take this massive jump and then like the whole team would fit better around him being this player, but Cat will kind of regress. But if they're both playing, not at the top of their games, but like if they're both playing at like a very elite offensive level, then it's
mm,
like you got two stars to worry about. And so it's not that I'm surprised. It's more so me like saying like giving him his respect because I wrote him off a little bit just because of the type of player we know Cat to be. And I feel like my most disappointing, see, because it was Cat. Like I don't even think I'm really disappointed in anybody. Like to say for real, I feel like there's probably like a few players on a bench I could kind of target out, but I kind of like the bench as a whole. Like Shake Milton has been struggling shooting, but he has a lot of really great defensive possessions for them that I can't really like say I'm disappointed. He was always one of those streaky shooters. So I can't really say I'm like this really disappointed in anybody yet. Like Jaden McDaniels is like still trying to get back in rhythm from when he was hurt. Like another player I'm kind of impressed with is Nas Reed. Um,
that's
but
my
I'm not
agree.
really, yeah, like I'm not really disappointed in nobody in Minnesota for
Najee was
uh,
gonna be my pick for the
yeah.
most and most surprising, but it's not really surprising though. Like
I
Nas
think
Reed,
after last season, like we saw like he could
the
do it.
glimpse.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like my most disappointing pick right now would probably be Kyle Anderson. I don't know.
No, that's
Like
fair.
like I high hopes for Kyle Anderson, especially with him being a seasoned vet. Like, and he gets enough minutes a game. Like, he gets 24 minutes a game. He hasn't been shooting the three ball well at all. But he is shooting well from the field. But I just feel like his impact on the game isn't to the
Nah, he
standard of,
regressed.
yeah, like he hasn't been much as impactful as he was on the previous with us since he was with us. And I don't know if it's because he's getting older, but
Nah,
that's why
I
he's my.
saw that coming. Like I felt like he was going to like kind of take a step back, especially when Jaden McDaniel started starting. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. But nah, I definitely feel that Mike, you got a disappointing player.
I don't have anybody that I'm disappointed in, and I think I would say my most surprising is Cat also. Same reasons you said her. But for disappointed, I don't have anybody. It was like you said, like it's just certain people like just to nitpick little things on. That could probably be fixed throughout the season. So like I'm not really disappointed in anybody. Right now, Minnesota got a good roster and one of the toughest teams to be in the league. So
We got right after Minnesota, we got New Orleans. And I'm gonna come out and say my most surprising player is that man Matt Ryan, man. Like I was gonna say I kind of want to split it in half because I feel like nobody really expected Jordan Hawkins to be this good as a rookie. But
yeah,
I feel like y'all was gonna touch on Jordan Hawkins for sure. I gotta give love to Matt Ryan because that man was extremely unemployed. That man was doing DoorDash like 4 weeks ago, and they literally picked him up like training camp roster, and like he's given us so many impactful like minutes just being out there offensively. Like New Orleans is one of those teams where like it could get really slow for them to get a bucket. So to have like a catch and shoot guy like that, and like Jordan Hawkins has been picking that up too, and that's another reason why like they kind of been better than a lot of people expected. So I know I had to give him his credit. And like high key, my most disappointing player is Zion Williamson, bro.
Mhm.
I feel like and like he's even talked about it in the media. Like I feel like he's not locked in with this roster. Um, which like I don't think is crazy, but I do feel like the Pelicans roster is kind of stagnant as talented as they can be. It's always like a what if with them. But you can really see like it's very like on off for him, like the motivation for him to really go out and do it. We know he's efficient, but like he hasn't even really took initiative to like shoot the like take shots as much as he should as like their best player, essentially. Like the last couple times we've seen Zion healthy, like he'd be putting up very historic efficiency, like shooting 70% from the field. He barely cracking 50 this season, which is like good for most players. But when you have a shot diet like Zion Williamson, you shouldn't be making half of your shots, especially when you're arguably the most unstoppable force at your position. You should be able to keep up making three-fourths of your shots like he's been doing. Um, and like it's also disappointing because it feels like everybody else is has been doing a really good job at what they're supposed to do. And then you have rookies stepping up like Jordan Hawkins, like we talked about.
Who was
You
your
have
who was
Brandon.
your
You have who am I most disappointed?
who was your most surprising?
Oh, Matt Ryan, because y'all was gonna talk about Jordan Hawkins for
Okay.
yeah. But like just especially like with the way Brandon Ingram playing right now, like his three not there, his shot not there, and he's still finding a way to really impact like how they play. Like we've known like he has the playmaking chops. Like that's been like teased since his last season in LA. But now he's really consistently going out there playmaking. They be having him at the two. So it's like for Zion to not really take advantage of that, I say like I'm disappointed in him. I know a lot of people question it, is it still like a health thing? But it's like if you're good enough to be on the floor this early in the regular season, then it's like you're good enough to play. So I got Zion.
I got Najee Marshall for my most
Ooh,
surprise. He's averaging 11 a game, 58% from three,
nah, that's crazy.
59% from the field. Um, he's giving great minutes off the bench. He gets 19 minutes. Like he's getting great minutes. And also, I feel as though, um, like he just makes winning plays for them. Like when you see him playing, like some stuff, like especially defensively, it might not always pop up like as a steal or a block. But if you watch his positioning on defense, if you watch like the forced turnovers, you can see like his impact on the game. So that's my some most surprising. My most disappointing, I'll probably say the same thing with Harold as far as Zion. For him to show us um like how efficient he can be and how well of a player he could be, averaging what 27 last year or the year
Yeah,
before.
last time he was healthy.
Yeah, with him averaging 27 the year before, it was like you thought he was going to build upon that as he got older. As I said, as he got older, as when he came back, but it's just like uh he didn't make that jump or keep the same level of play. So that's why he's my most disappointed.
He not locked in.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. My most
that's the
surprising
Mariah.
Yo, come on. We not saying that. Ab Silver gonna come for us, bro. Can't do that.
that we can't say that name. Can't say that name. Uh, my most surprising is Jordan Hawkins. Um, I just think like it's more of an expectation thing. Nobody expected him to make the impact that he's made as fast as he's made it, or just for him to make an impact at all. I know I wasn't expecting his name uh to be as important as it is for New Orleans right now. Only because like UConn hasn't uh produced anybody serious since Kimba. So like um and he's wait, I'm bugging. I'm bugging. I'm bugging. I'm bugging. My fault. I'm bugging. I don't know why I said UConn. Uh anyways, Jordan Hawkins, he's shooting the ball well. One thing I really like though, his effort on defense. He doesn't he doesn't look like he's a great defender. Like I don't get that. I don't get those vibes from him, but the effort is there. He wants to try to make those plays. He wants to be there. He just wants to be there to do whatever it takes to help the team win. And I like that in young players. It's just like something about young players knowing like to be selfless. It's like I like that mindset. You don't get many young players who are like that, who are selfless. So um yeah, Jordan Hawkins is my most surprising player. And then with my disappointing is all the way around Zion. Uh like Harold said, like for Zion shot diet, I don't think he should be at 40% shooting ever from the field. It's like most of your shots are in the paint, bro. You gotta be making half your shots. Um and yeah, like we all said, he's obviously not locked in. Um and then it's also like basketball just doesn't seem like serious to him still. Like I just want a season where we'll get a Zion that is like comes in shape, and then we'll see a like a generational season from him. And it's like we saw that his second season in the league. And then like from there on it's just like he's getting injured, and then weight problems, and then a whole bunch of other stuff that we don't need to talk about. And so yeah, Zion's my most disappointed player right now.
Zion gotta wake up. I feel like he not I feel like the roster not doing it for him. But it's like y'all haven't even really been in the playoffs for real.
Right.
Like,
And it's like, granted, like part of me understands because it's like Trey Murphy not being there is a huge blow. That's a dog that they missing out on both sides of the floor. So like that hurts. And CJ McCollum uh also not being there.
Najee Marshall missed some games.
Where Najee Marshall missed some games. It's just like they're constantly plagued by injuries at the same time because like healthy, they have a great roster, but it's just like though that roster just can't like finish the season, and that's a problem.
Man, next we got Michael's favorite team, the New York Knicks. I feel like I feel like even though I feel like even though he's picked it up, I'll never pass up an opportunity to just absolutely just degrade and demean everything this man has ever worked hard for. So my
He
most
sucked.
disappointed player is Julius Randle. He could pick it up for the entire rest of the season. I don't care. Like the numbers are what they are right now, and we're gonna live off the numbers, especially for a player who has taken all NBA selections from people better than him at his position. I'm always take
Absolutely.
this opportunity to
Absolutely.
say that Julius Randle, you're not him.
You stink.
He's
You
picking it
suck.
up. He's picking it up the last 3 games. The shooting has been coming back. But overall, the 13 games that he's put forth this season has been absolutely underwhelming. He can't shoot from anywhere. He's turning the ball over. It's like the shots
Defense.
that the way that he stagnates the offense sometimes is mind-boggling. It's like you have a point guard now. You don't really need to clog up the offense like that. Um, and yeah, it's just like it's like it's like a Christmas came early. It's like the playoffs came early, like the way we're seeing Julius Randle. So he for sure my most disappointed. I say my most surprising. I probably I don't even think it's fair to say. I probably somewhere between I say somewhere between Josh Hart and Mayo quickly. I probably go Josh Hart. I mean RJ Barrett. I probably go with RJ Barrett just because I feel like people very firmly placed him in that spot. I feel like we talked about this last time we talked with the Knicks, but I feel like his career trajectory is going to become very similar to like an Andrew Wiggins. Um, but like people very definitely put him in a spot where like they just see him as this third option, and like he was gonna go out and average like 17 points and not really assert himself on New York's offense. Obviously, he's had like these expectations his entire career since he was their third pick, but like he's just come out so far this season in the games that he's been available to play. I feel like I've seen this is probably one of the most aggressive versions of RJ Barrett I've seen. He's shooting
Absolutely.
fantastic. He's shooting. He's probably one of the best volume players at his position in terms of shooting the ball from the perimeter. He's shooting almost 47% from three, and he's shooting almost six a game. So for him to do that has been big for New York, especially since they're a team where not everybody who's taking threes really make them. He's down the stretch. He's also shown to be a player who's come up big. So not to say I'm surprised, but I'm more so just glad that he's really taken the initiative on offense where your other two options are Julius Randle and then of course the fantastic Jalen Brunson, who also started the season kind of on and off, but so far he's really looking like he's still him, and it's him and it's his team. He still took the team from Julius Randle. It's not even his team anymore. So
Not
yeah,
um uh disappointing. Julius Randle, like easy. Y'all know I don't like him. I don't think he's good at the game of basketball. And it's just like I don't what I don't get about him is there's play if you watch Knicks games and there's plays where someone on the offensive end would do something he doesn't necessarily agree with or he doesn't like, and then he's scolding them while he's walking back on defense. And then he'll come down the next offensive possession and do his same uh BS on the right block, sidestep to the right side and clank it and then like not get back on defense. Like it's too many things about Julius Randle I just don't like. Um and I feel like New York is really eating off that one like great season he did have. But while Julius Randle is still like Julius Randle to the league, if I'm the Knicks, I'm getting rid of him while I can. So yeah, Julius Randle, you stink. And my most surprising player, RJ Barrett. Also, I said it. I was telling y'all about it earlier in the season how I feel like um RJ Barrett is like finally taking a certain leap that we wanted to see him take. And like Harold said, he's being more aggressive. He's shooting the ball well. But my thing is he's just like so much more sure of what he wants to do on the floor, and like you can see that. And granted, like that's what you're gonna do when you have a player like Jalen Brunson come to your team, and now like you got to work with him for one season, and now you come in to the second season with him, and he's getting you the ball more, and everything is kind of opening up for you. What RJ Barrett has to do now is realize that teams are coming in, and their third best defender is guarding you. So like now you have to understand that, oh, like I can easily get to at least 22, 23 a game. Like that's my goal for RJ Barrett this season, to like just start taking over, like start eating. Um and yeah, he's my most surprising player for the Knicks.
My most surprising player for the Knicks is probably going to be Emmanuel. Like, not that it's surprising, but it's surprising that he's keeping up the consistency that he's been keeping up since last year for me. I feel as though like he's starting to understand like how well of a scorer he can be and how he can impact the game. And I'm not gonna go too much into detail, but the all around Julius Randle most disappointed.
You
Man,
stay.
man
I feel
shooting 28% from three and 37% from the field. He's done. He's
I feel
cooked.
like I feel like Emmanuel quickly, like he's a Kentucky guard, so those are surefire players that you take. But the way that he plays the game is like he's such a like microwave player. It should
Yeah,
not be. It should not be as consistent for him to be able to like stay at the level of play that he has. So
absolutely.
that's like 100% like always been like what I've always been most like impressed about his game. It's like
Like
he could so easily just be like a player where it's like one night he give you 15, one night he give you like 3, and it's just terrible watch like Jordan Poole. So it's like it's very impressive, especially like the player build that he is. Is it feels very much like a glass cannon type of player, and he's just been one of their most consistent points of offense for the last few seasons. So 100%, I feel that. Next
side note,
team.
wait,
Oh,
hold on.
go ahead.
Unrelated note, I just want to point out right now that Jason Tatum has 26 before halftime. Continue.
Got Tatum watch. And the next team, I got no disappointing players. I'm so satisfied with what I'm seeing right now, and that is the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh yeah, easy. I think yeah, that's a great roster. Like I don't even think we need to get in too deep into it. Like
Word.
Shea is Shea. looking like a top 2 guard in the league.
J-Dub.
J-Dub.
My most surprising player.
Yeah, that's mine too.
Like elite two-way guy. Like, oh
Second
my God.
option.
Yo, like
Damn near the second option.
they literally drafted another Shea that's a better defender. Like him and Shea play the exact same way as far as it is on the offensive end. Like they do the exact same things. And it's amazing to watch. Like, and then Chet, I was very critical when they drafted him, and now like he's proving me wrong. We saw what he did to the Warriors the other day. That was inspirational. Isaiah Joe off the bench. Oh my God.
You already know I knew about Isaiah Joe from time, dog. I try to tell people
bro.
about Isaiah Joe.
Lou Dort. Like that's just like the Thunder are legit. Like they're legit again. And it's time. Like it's time. They've entered that like serious team category, and now it's just time to like take over.
It's like I make all these jokes about Sam Presti and them picks, but it's like look what them picks got you, bro.
Look what them picks turned into, bro.
It's like I can't even. It's like you can't even hate it.
Word.
And
He
it's
about
like
he about to have a super team in like 3, 4, 5 years, cuz.
And it's like I worried about Chet too, but I also kind of felt like this would be this perfect situation for him. And it's like it's gonna get tough at the end of the year when we talk about the rookie of the year. And it's like he's just been a better player, but he has a lot more help. There's a lot less focus on him, especially when like a lot of these games he's like fourth in terms of like taking the most shots. But just the piece of work that he's already been putting out is just nothing short but like fantastic, and like
Absolutely.
exactly what they needed to really take over the way that they wanted to. I mean, to come in here and take 10 shots a game, and you still, I mean, we know how tall he is. You see, but he's still getting the 2 blocks. You putting together a 50, 40, 90 season.
Like that's crazy. He's 50, 40, 90 in his rookie year.
And it's a valid 50, 40, 90.
It's like valid 50, 40, 90.
It's not like he going out there putting up 20 shots a game, but it's like he understands that he doesn't need to do that to be impactful because that's not even his focus. And I just love everything from like the 10th player to the first player. Like everyone has really just been great, like exactly what I've been expecting to see from them. So for sure.
And what I love about them is like they're all bought in. Like you can see like the camaraderie as a team. Like they all are one right now, and I love that.
It's pretty much all homegrown for real.
Yeah, yeah.
How what you feeling?
I feel like you said, as far as the Sam Presti picks, like we had our fair share of jokes about it. But when you sit down and you really see like what he was cooking,
Like, hold on, he's cooking. Like I'm cooking.
that man cooked himself. Like this easily has potential to be a dynasty for a minute. Like if everything continues to go the way it is, like they got their leader, they got their second option. Like everyone knows their role. That's the part about this team that's so scary. Not only they know their role, but each of them maximize it to the fullest. So it's like, and it's like the only thing that's gonna kill them in the long run, in my opinion, would be just the experience. Once they get more experience, I feel like they're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
My most surprising player is Jalen Williams. Like he's just been hooping like
it's beautiful to watch. Really, it's beautiful to watch.
52% from the field on 13 attempts. This is
To piggyback on what you said, like their experience. I saw someone on Twitter say that the OKC is what the Kings were last season. an inexperienced team, but they're legit. Like they have all the pieces they need. So like they're going to they're obviously inexperienced. But one thing I think takes away that I think like pulls them apart from the Kings, that separates them, is that like they have more players that can make winning plays on that team than the Kings do. Uh
Oh,
like
definitely.
like you got a starting five of guys that are going to make winning plays. You can't really say that for the Kings. Like a lot of what the Kings do is shouldered on De'Aaron Fox. Um, and it's kind of like a De'Aaron Fox show surrounded by a great roster. Uh, but OKC, like Shea got a couple bodies on that team that's going to win him a game if he's not like doing what he's supposed to do.
Now the Kings like De'Aaron Fox and friends, but the OKC is like Shay and the dogs. Feel me? Like,
Exactly.
nah, for sure. Next you got the Magic. My most surprising has been a player that I thought just like didn't have it for real. And it's not to say like he's taking any leap or anything, but he's just really showing his value and his importance to this Magic team right now, just as like a really winning effort player. And I gotta give him his credit for really impacting these wins that the Magic have picked up down the stretch. And it's Jalen Suggs for real.
Yes,
Like
yes.
like honestly, nothing's gonna stand out on a paper. Honestly, obviously he was still the top 5 pick. But when you're on a team where it's a lot of guards and it's a lot of inexperienced players, everybody's kind of just like scrapping. They're kind of freestyling out there. And he just goes out and he's been a dog defensively. He's averaging 2 steals, and the shot not there, but he he has a couple of good games this season where if he wasn't out there, that's a big loss. So I just gotta give him his love. And also like nobody else really has been, you know, eye popping on the Magic. This is probably one of the biggest group effort teams in the league right now. I feel like most disappointing for me is just because how me and Mike are. That man, like the man France, he hasn't really like the shots are still there for sure. He just
Right.
hasn't been hitting them. He just
Yeah,
hasn't been shooting good.
yeah,
And he'll probably pick that up as the season continues. But
absolutely.
you know, 18 points on 16 shots isn't good, but he's still getting that production, and it's still helping him, especially since Paolo hasn't really taken a another step either. But I feel like for both of those players, they're so young. It's like as the season progresses, it'll pick up. As
Absolutely.
their seasons progress and their careers going to pick up. So I'm really not too worried about them right now. But it's not like they're like a completely garbage team. So they still have room to grow. And this is also a roster where it's very fluctuating every year. Of course, we got Jonathan Isaac back in, and he's been pretty great for them. But we still trying to just get one year where like we can just have Markel Fultz be available doing his thing. Wendell Carter's been out, so it's like it's kind of just waiting for everybody to be available, and they have time because everybody's young. But when it's assets flowing like this, the clock's always ticking for every player. So those are my players for the Magic.
For the Magic, I think we're on the same page here. Jalen Suggs has been incredible for them. Uh, Especially since like I just wasn't expecting anything from him anymore. Um, Now for the disappointing for me is both Paulo and France. I love them, which means I got to be hard on them at the same time. So like I'm definitely disappointed in them. It's just because their shots are not falling, not because of anything outside of that. Like once their shots start falling, like everything will be fine. With them in my eyes. The IQ is there. They still make the right plays. They don't go out there forcing shots. They take the shots that are given to them. Um or if stuff gets stagnant, they're those guys who have no problem with taking a shot, miss or make. Um, so yeah, like they just need to make their shots. That's the only thing. But like you said, the Magic are also one of those teams that's like in a weird spot because the roster is always fluctuating. Um, and who knows, like someone will get traded probably this season or next season, or they'll bring somebody new in from free agency. And like you never know, like that roster is constantly changing. So um it's still a lot of getting used to for them. And for young players, I also think it's always like kind of hard when your roster is just always drastically changing because um when France first got there, uh like the Magic weren't expected to do anything. I don't think they're necessarily expected to do anything now, but they're obviously a way better team than they were when France first got there. So like having to constantly get used to like a roster change is tough on a young player because you can't really find your groove for real. And then with Paulo, like he's only been there 2 seasons. Last year they obviously were pretty bad. But this year they're obviously like a pretty good team. So like his first 2 years in the league are very weird. So once he just figures out how to like handle the change of the roster, everything will be good.
My word.
I feel as though Jalen Suggs has been hooping, but as far as like, I don't think it's showing it enough how much he's been. Like it says 12 and a half, it says 2 steals, but like I don't think the stat sheet is showing how much he's really impacting his team. Like he went from like, I'm not gonna lie, I was almost ready to like not write him off, but
I wrote
like
him off.
I was ready for him to just be like a underachieving player, um, not really gonna give you much. But he's really locked in this year, like, and it's shown as far as offense. Like, if you look at it, he was really getting after it on defense, and it's starting to open up his offensive game to what we've known Jalen Suggs to be. So, um, kudos for him, I guess. And as far as the most disappointed, I would say Paulo, coming off such a historic rookie season. I was expecting him to turn it up, and the team has still been playing well with him playing the way he's been playing, but I was expecting him to at least 23, 24 points per game player.
Nah, facts.
Just based off of how well he played and how easy the game came to him last year. So um that's my picks on the Magic.
Philly, bro. I feel like this one is just too easy. This is another one of those teams where I can't even
Tyrese Maxey,
Tyrese Maxey,
Tyrese.
Tyrese Maxey, Tyrese Maxey, bro.
This man,
I
this man has this man has literally been putting on a clinic. Like what's his points per game right now?
He's just him. He averaging like 27, bro.
Yeah, 27.
It's
27.
like who is James Harden? I don't know him.
Who is James Harden? Who is he? Who is he? A bum.
But
I
it's
I'm
but it's, it's not even that. It's 27 on 47.5% from the field, though. Like, that's crazy number.
Taking 8 threes a game.
Like, I think we could all agree, like, it's easy Tyrese the most surprising. Because, like, we know we all saw the talent, we all saw the potential, but I don't think we expected as soon as like Harden to leave for him
As
to
soon as
come out the
they
gate.
turn it up.
Yeah, like as soon as Harden left out the like right out the gate, like he got straight to business. And like
Nah, 27 is, and then Embiid, like it's not like it's any drop off from Embiid either. Embiid is averaging 32-11.
yeah,
So it's like he's getting his 27 in the flow of the game.
best duo in the league.
No,
Freshman.
I
no.
Who's
can't
the
say
best duo
that.
in the league?
I can't say that. I'm there to say maybe they've definitely averaged the most points.
Nah,
Yeah,
word.
for sure.
I feel like we all in the same for
Actually, no.
most.
Hold up. I'm tied. I forgot Kelly Oubre has been hooping.
Bro, but it's like, all right, it's and I feel
Yeah.
you. I feel you on that
No,
100% because
like
freaking out about
I
Kelly Oubre.
expected I expected this. I'm not gonna say I expected it to this degree from Maxi, but I expected this from Maxi. Like Oubre shoot like 16 a game.
But like this is a man who's averaged 20 points per game, like his
That's what
last
I'm
two out of
saying.
his
Like,
last 3 seasons.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we like Kelly Oubre, like he's been max. Like I don't think I
He
think
just
we kind
needed to be in a team in a space where he could like contribute to winning.
exactly. I think we kind of just wrote him off a little bit because he was on trash teams for like the last like
It's
3 years for real.
it's not even that. I think like I feel like he always had the talent, but it was never like he never like bought in. I feel like he was the way he just been came out the gate playing like he was bought in because he's been in like opportunities to win. Like we all know, like he went to Golden State, he was completely trash.
Right. He couldn't shoot
But
at all in Golden
yeah,
State.
word. And I
Oh,
think he still got him a little 20. But it's like, oh, it's like now that he's in a situation where like they need him and he's really like putting forth effort other than just like shot chucking. I feel like it's more so been refreshing and surprising. It was kind of like he's kind of one of those players where it's like we know who you are, but can you be something positive? You know what I mean? So I for sure I feel you. I feel like my most disappointing. It's not even like a disappointing thing. I just hate him. Is Patrick Cardio Beverly? Like I just feel like he go out there. It's like he get paid to talk. He don't get paid to play basketball. He don't get paid to do nothing.
Pat Bev trick y'all, man. He tricked y'all, man.
It's like, bro, it's like he's just so annoying. And he legitimately plays. He runs for 16 minutes on the court, and he
Yeah,
just to like be a pass, and it don't even be producing nothing most of the
yeah.
time, bro. It's just like
No,
I'm over Pat Bev, bro. But yeah, y'all don't got no disappointing players for Philly
Pat
for real.
Bev. I was gonna say
Yeah,
Pat Bev, like easy. Like
yeah.
he just running out there, bro doing cardio for real. Like
For Phoenix, I got Grayson Allen. I feel like I feel like he's never going to beat the dirty player Zodiac killer allegations. But like he's for a team like Phoenix, like he's just what the doctor ordered. He's been easily, easily like he's easily been great for them, especially since Bradley Bills just hasn't been on anything. Just like it's like Brad Bill trick y'all, man. It's like he not even healthy to play basketball right now, and y'all did that trade. But like for Grayson Allen to be firing at all cylinders like that, he's been so him. I gotta give Aaron Gordon my props, but like Aaron Gordon is one of the best six man in the history of the NBA. So it's like we already know who he is, but like the two of them has just been so great on the wing for this Suns team, still trying to like figure things out, and they've really been going off the strength of Kevin Durant's elite play at the age of 35.
mm-hmm.
But to have like a player like Grayson Allen is just kind of something that a lot of contenders need. So the fact that the fact that they were able to get him in the fashion to which they have gotten him, and he's been producing for this team so far. I feel like I give him his props. I won't say it's too surprising, but I didn't expect him to really take advantage of the situation. Obviously, it was already a lot of guards, like a lot of shooters on deck. I didn't really know where he would fit in terms of his minutes, but I definitely got to give him his props. My most disappointing player, I just got to dig on him real quick. Like, bro, for a team where it was like, we need a big, we don't have a big, we need some big help. For you to be unplayable, where so many people like think highly of your game and your potential ability, it's like, what are we doing? For you to be a player that like they they was talking about, we seen Wemby before, and they was talking about you, and you're a DNP player on a team with no bigs other than Yusuf Nurkic, who got like 1.5 legs, is insane to me. It's like you took no advantage of like getting this opportunity. Like you was in Denver, you were still young, you still had a chance. You got sent to Orlando. Everybody was screaming free Bol from what? He's free and he's not even in the G League. He just on the bench. It's like, what are we doing?
And Chrome Hearts.
On the bench in Chrome Hearts. Flyest bench player in League Fits history, but it's like, come on, bro. Play some basketball.
For me, most surprising.
You about to say Kevin Durant.
I am about to say Kevin Durant.
Oh my God, bro.
Like,
It's like,
is that too easy? Is that too easy?
I was gonna go with Devin Booker, even though he hasn't played that
because of
much.
the playmaking chops.
His playmaking chops has been through the roof.
I can't say Devin Booker because we haven't had enough for him. Like KD played every single game so far this season. He's averaging 30. He's efficient. Like I is it too easy?
Like that's disrespectful.
Is it easy?
KD could be 80 years old. He on the basketball court. He could easily drop 30. He could easily do 25.
But he's like he carry it. I'm not gonna hold you. He carry it on like both sides.
But like my thing is just like this, like for I don't know why, but for some reason like we all thought like all our old like the players we grew up watching were gonna like dip this year. Like, and there's all of them are still balling at an elite level. Like that, like, come on, like that's surprising to me. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's surprising to me. I like KD's doing what he's doing, Braun is doing what he's doing, Curry is doing what he's doing, Kyrie is doing what he's doing. Like all the people that we grew up watching and we grew up loving to watch play the game, like is and they're performing like this is beautiful. So like I had to go out and give KD his props. I'm gonna say he's been the most surprising. My most disappointing player, Yusuf Nurkic, but it's not necessarily his fault.
You just think he's trash.
Yeah, I always thought he was trash from the jump. Like I didn't think he deserved to play with Dame all those years. So like I always thought he was trash from the jump. But like he's not necessarily better. I know he had like a freak leg injury. So like,
what's so bad about his play? Like he's been doing what he's
Like,
supposed to do.
He's not
been rebounding the ball.
He's not helping KD. KD out there putting everybody on his back except Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen been hooping, but like
Eric Gordon's
and Eric Gordon, my fault. And Eric Gordon, my fault. And Eric Gordon, but like maybe this is because I don't like you. Maybe because I don't like Yusuf Nurkic. Maybe I get it's probably that. But like, yeah.
My most surprising player. I'm gonna go with Devin Booker. I knew his playmaking chops was gonna be like at another level this year because of them not having a point guard. But I didn't think it was gonna be 10 assists. Like a couple years ago, you tell me Devin Booker's averaging 10 assists in the league, I might look at you like you're crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
If he holds the numbers that he holding right now, and like it's no way because it's only been 5 games, but it's like you look at the numbers and
that's 30 and 10, bro.
30 and 10 on 50, 40, 90 is the craziest thing I ever seen.
It's really 30, 10, and 6.
It's ridiculous.
Because he's averaging 6 rebounds a game.
Like, bro, what?
He's hooping. He's hooping.
No, 50, 40, 90 is anything. That's my most surprising, and my most disappointing. I probably go with Bobo, just for the simple
sure.
fact that I feel like there's like rotation spots open. Like I feel like he can find his way in the rotation, but if he's like if it's gone to the point where a coach thinks he's just not playable, then there's something wrong on his behalf. So and like
Oh,
it's
word.
not like he's young anymore. Like he's had experience around the league. He's been in situations where he has been playing, and he's not giving teams a reason to keep him on the floor.
Right.
That's mine.
Man, for Portland, I'm disappointed in everybody. Saying no, I'm playing, but like it's just that's just not good basketball. I'm more surprised than Shea Sharp. I feel like everybody kind of predicted like he was like one of those next up players. Like his name is always in those
Aiden is
conversations. But I feel like for me, I never really saw it. So for him to like he slowly
why
like
not?
transition. Bro,
Mhm.
I don't even know. I just feel like he was one of those players where it's like I gotta see it to believe it. But now I'm really
Okay.
starting to see him like transition into like that role. It was like the way that he played kind of remind me of like Jalen Green before he got some home training in terms of like his shooting ability and his shot selection. So it's like once he like settles in and maybe like once they invest in some like good pieces to kind of like have around, whether that's like in the coaching staff or on the court. Like I really do see him being a player very soon who's a 20 point per game scorer. He just gotta get the efficiency up for real. And then like my most disappointed player, man, like I done said this a million times, like DeAndre Ayton, you done moaned yourself out of Phoenix. Like now you in this situation. You got that goofy
You have
tattoo on your
school.
back, talking
You
about
ain't,
you. And he a rookie, bro. He's a rookie.
nah,
He
he's
got
a
hurt.
rookie. To this extent, though, like he looked like he never touched a
Bro, it was
basketball.
like it was possible. It was
It was
possible.
possible. You're right.
But like for Aiton, it's like you dominating, you're not dominating, bro. It's like you're on a team that's absolutely garbage. You're on a team where people like Skylar Mays and Tumani Kamara it could pop off and be y'all leading scorers. Why aren't you going out there and averaging 20 points per game, bro? Why is you out there setting 2K screens like you don't know what to do out there, bro? Like
I'm a,
defensively,
I'm a,
defensively, he cool. I can't even say he cool defensively. He not even giving me a block. Like his hands have been active, but it's like when he's time to actually do what he's supposed to do as DeAndre Ayton, he's not giving me everything. He threw out all that smoke this going into the season. Like I'm happy now. I'm in Portland. I'm in a good situation. Y'all about to see who I really am. And it's like you playing like you like Martian Gortat out there, bro. And it's like there ain't no John Wall here to get you paid, big dog. Like you gotta go out and get it out the mud yourself, bro.
Our
And he's
Marcin
just
Gortat was better.
I just don't like Gortat either. I'm glad that them times is over, bro. Like it's just like, man, I think he's just trash.
He is.
Like I gave him a little bit of benefit of the doubt when it was getting really bad in Phoenix, but it's like it quite literally can't you can't literally be in a more freer situation and just go out and shoot the ball. Like at least even Kyle Kuzma know I'm on a garbage team. I could go out and give you 23 points per game. You feel me? You telling me you can't do that at 7 feet tall?
Uh, Most surprising for me, Shaden Sharp. I don't think much needs to be said. He's hooping.
yeah.
Yeah,
This might
like
be a clean sweep. Like this might be a
Clean,
clean sweep. All
clean sweep.
yeah, but for me, disappointing is DeAndre Ayton and Scoot. Uh, Scoot is a rookie, so I'm gonna lay it back off of him real quick. But y'all know I'm also very high on Scoot. I love Scoot's game.
You
So
what?
like,
You're extremely high.
if I love him that much, I got to be hard on him. Uh, but Ayton, you suck. I I was tell I told Harold that he's overrated when he was drafted. Harold didn't want to listen to me. Um, I said, "Yo, Aiden is overrated, bro. He's a regular big. I don't see that." As Flight would say, He's a nobody.
Oh my god, bro.
So
And the rest are nobody.
he and the rest are nobodies. So yeah, like I can't say that I'm necessarily disappointed because like I never saw anything great in him from the jump. And yeah, it's it. That's all I got. He sucks.
You don't got no
Yeah.
arguments.
I don't got no arguments.
Man, Sacramento, man, most impressive player, the swiper man, bro. That three ball is
Swipe with
here.
a fox. Swipe.
That three ball is here.
He's
Three
him.
ball.
He's him.
And he said nobody, and Mike Brown said nobody can mess with him. That three ball is here. Nobody can mess with him.
Facts,
And
bro. He really pulling that thing. You know his over under on FanDuel's like 3.5 now.
That junk is 2.5.
It's 3.5, bro.
You can't fact check the gambler, bro. You saw how quick he
He said that joke like that. Yo.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, FanDuel belong to you like the Green Goblin mask. I swear, bro.
Where's the parlay? No.
But nah, I ain't gonna lie. Like they really they looking serious. Like with him, the only thing that's scary is when he's not on the floor, they don't look like the same team at all.
Yeah. Malik Monk need to like step up. Like Malik Monk should be like a 6-man of the year candidate in my eyes every year. Like he got to step up in some way or form.
The shooting coming back. But like Mike, I hinted this at you last week, bro. Like I'm disappointed. Everybody catching some blame for me, bro. Like Keegan Murray to have the 3-point ability that you do have, he is not hitting whatsoever. Malik Monk been picking it up the last few games in terms of shooting, but he's also been shooting trash. Kevin Huerter, you supposed to be you carved out a reputation for yourself as a 40% shooter. You can't be slacking. He's not too far off. Like he's also been picking it up, but like they started really rough shooting, and like with Fox going out for a few games, like they really couldn't afford to not be on nothing. And all of them has not been on nothing. Davion Mitchell, bro. Good Lord. Like especially with Fox going out.
That's my man's, bro. That's my man's, bro.
It's like he couldn't put the ball in the basket if you put it right in front of him. And it's like, bro, what happened?
Yeah.
So it's like to have like early role players.
We only 13 games in. Like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not taking it too seriously, but it's like, let's not keep this. Let's not make this a thing. Because it's like they can't afford that.
I don't think it's gonna be a thing though. Like, first off, you got De'Aaron Fox, so that's first and foremost. Two, you got Mike Brown, one of the best coaches in the league, easily. He's gonna figure out how to get those guys out of those slumps that they're in, put them in different positions. And three, if Sabonis keeps playing like how he's been these last 2-3 games, that's huge for them. Because the Kings don't really have that number 2 guy, but if Sabonis can turn into that number 2 guy, that's huge. So if he could do it, if he could put out what he was doing these last 2-3 games, sky's the limit for the Kings.
Facts. Yeah. I got D Fox as my most surprising because of the 3-ball. That 3-ball looking real consistent. He's looking comfortable. And for my most disappointing, I'll probably go Malik Monk for my most disappointing, just for the simple fact that I had high hopes for him coming back into the season after the performances that he was putting on in the playoffs of last year. So, yeah.
Man, moving on to the Spurs. Nobody's surprising me, but I got 2 players I got a bone to pick with.
It's Vassell.
Bro, it's like
he's wildly inconsistent.
It's like
he's wildly inconsistent, but what do we expect from the Spurs? Like we expect that. Like
We
you know what I'm
expected them
saying?
to be better. like
They're in ball games though. Like they're like
nah, man. I can't say anybody is surprising me on that squad.
It's like Vassell, like I know he's him. I know he could go out and probably average like 23, but like a lot of I feel like it's an adjustment period for him. A lot of the offense is like it feels like they're trying to do something else, and then they'll just like defer and they'll just be like, forget it. Like Vic up there at the rim somewhere, like give him like the backdoor pass, like give him the post up, like, and it's like if you want to live and die like that, that's cool. Like that's how he gets his reps as a rookie, and like he hasn't been like nothing crazy. He's kind of doing like what I expected for him to do. Like when you're the focal point and like it's all eyes on you, it's not going to be as easy no matter how much of an alien you are. But my bone to pick is like Trey Jones, bro. Like when they really needed like a point guard to like help, and it's like you weren't working so much to the point where like you lost your job to a power forward who isn't really as good at playmaking, but it's like they'll take it because it seems like he just has a better game, feel a game playing with Wimby. And
Right.
then like also like I can't even say I'm disappointed in him. It's just a side note, just because like he one of those players where it's like I remember who you were, bro. Like Devontae Graham, you pretty much out the league, dog. Like it's over.
You sound
It's
like
like you
Flex.
can't you can't get no tickle on the Spurs. It's like I don't know what to tell you, man. But yeah, Spurs. I don't even got too much to say. I just feel like it's one of those teams. It's not really worth having any high expectations for. I just feel like they got to get used to this new era that they're in. You know, they have a couple good guys that they should hold on to keep with Vic, specifically Vassell and Keldon. But other than that, it's just like, you know, this is a team where you kind of like come back to in a few years and it'll look a little better.
um
Uh, go ahead, Neil.
I feel as though I y'all not rocking with Vassell, you feel me? But I like even though he's been inconsistent, like y'all say, like he's giving me like number two vibes. Like
Mm.
I feel as though when you see him scoring the ball well, like you can see what type of game and what type like where he likes to get to on the floor. Like and I feel as though he's also filling it out. Like this team, one, they got a franchise cornerstone piece. So it's like they gotta understand how to play with each other. Two, they got nobody was looking at the Spurs last year. Now they got a whole bunch. They got 10 times more eyes on them. I feel like it's just over time they're gonna get better. But I like how he's been playing. So that's my most surprising. My most disappointing would probably be Graham. Like I thought he was gonna be better than what he's been, but between him and Trey.
Say
So
that. Say that. Then we
My most
got. Oh,
oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My most disappointing player. Uh, you guys are saying Graham. I expected nothing from Graham for real, so I can't say him. Uh, maybe this is being a little hard, but mine is Wimby. Uh, only because like he's 7'5", and there's certain things I think like that should just be natural, and he just doesn't have. Like, how are you 7'5" and you're not a good rebounder? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
he
going,
averages
huh?
he averages 10 a game.
Bro, he just started averaging 10 a game. Like that just happened like last game or 2 games ago. Before that, like he was averaging a cool 6, 7. Like I'm
Word.
and then it's like 10 is cool. Like, okay, I get it. But it's like, bro, you're the tallest player in the league, bro. If you don't grab at least 13, bro, like
He's not. He's also not the strongest either, so he's getting moved very easily.
I understand that, but like you're not playing a whole bunch of strong bigs in the league every game. Like I could understand if it's like he's going against AD, I get Joel Embiid, Giannis, Jokic, like those guys. But like if he going against uh or even Zubac if he goes against him, because Zubac is a big body, he's a great rebounder. If he's
They play them next. They play the Clippers next. So
like, I'm not gonna lie, like Nicholas Claxton is a great defender, but like he's not a great rebounder. So like you should go there and think I'm about to dominate him on the boards. And then another thing, it's like for you to be 7'5" and for you to be inefficient is crazy to me. Like that's ridiculous. Like how are you 7'5" and you're not efficient? And then it's too much up and down. We'll get a generational performance, and then we'll get a
he's
mediocre
also
performance or a bad performance for like the next 3 games.
a
It's like
rookie
he's a
though, bro.
rookie, bro.
I know, but like if you're gonna get compared to Braun, you gotta play better. That is that simple. You getting compared to Braun, bro.
Why? He thought Brown was averaging 25 and 5 his first year. He's
Braun,
averaging 20, 20, 10, 2, like 3
nah,
blocks.
3 blocks because he tall.
It's like that's what he's supposed to do. He doing it.
His job.
I need more.
He's
I
supposed to
want
get 5 because he like an inch taller than like Kristaps Porzingis. Like
I want more. He's 3 inches taller than Porzingis.
he not, bro. Porzingis 7'3"?
He's 7'1". Where did you get
Nah,
7'3"?
he's like 7'3".
Porzingis is not 7'3". Where do y'all
Mike, we
get it?
not doing this, bro.
Yo, he is not 7'3". He's
Hold
like
on,
7'1".
bro. Stop this.
Where do y'all get a 7'3"
Bro,
from?
stop this,
He
bro.
says on Google he's 7'3".
Huh?
Bro, stop this, bro.
They got him listed at 7'3", bro.
Mike,
He's
come
not
on.
7'3". Yo, why is he standing next to KD and KD's right there? He's not 7'3", bro.
We all know about the KD allegations, bro. We're not gonna do this,
But
bro.
KD is 7 feet. We know that. That's what I'm saying. Like KD is easily 7 feet. Him and KD are the same size.
We not doing this, bro.
Right.
Toronto. I got my most surprise is Dennis Schroeder just because I got 2 for each. I got Dennis Schroeder just because I didn't think he could fill in as much as we needed him to. I thought he would kind of just come in and be on the usual, but he's been great playmaking. I say obviously the playmaking is not as on the same level as Fred VanVleet, but for what we paid for, like he's really done a great job, and he's been a fantastic she's just been a fantastic like leader for this team. They kind of needed a guy kind of like to pick up their spirits and kind of just keep everybody like going. And like, he's fresh off of the world championship. Like he feeling himself a little bit, and he giving the team a little swagger they need because it's been rough out here. The schedule hard, the roster mid. Like we need something to get excited about. And then like my other player, I'm gonna say it, like Scotty Barnes. I wanted him to be this. I didn't know he was gonna be it.
I told you.
And I'm very pleased that he's taking this initiative to be him a little bit. So I got to give him my credit. And it's like I'm not going to dig into the most disappointing players because I could really dig on them for like an hour by itself. But like Precious Achua, it's like you stink, bro. You're not good. We valued you as a young player like so much. It's like we passed up the opportunity to trade you a couple times, and it's just because like we thought y'all was going to be the big man of the future, and it's like you're doing nothing, bro. You're playing 20 minutes, you can't shoot. It was like part of your whole bit was that you could stretch the floor. You can't stretch the paint. So it's like I don't even know like what you're doing. And then like, bro, Gary Trent Jr., you got the whole bag. You got the massive bag. You damn near got the same bag OG and Anobi got right now. And it's like you can't even score 12 points a game. You can't even shoot the ball. You can't even shoot 40% like your Fred VanVleet. And it's like, come on, it's like, what are you even doing? He hasn't done a single thing this season other than wear some Ricks for media day, and it's like, how you making this much money? How you asking us? How you asking to be the main bench piece, and you can't even? It's like it's ridiculous,
He's scamming.
especially when it's especially when we need players who do what he does and create
No,
shots. It's like, bro, I
I
can't believe he fell off like
yeah,
that.
I ain't gonna lie. That was gonna. He was my most disappointing because of who we've seen him to possibly be. Like how he can score all three levels. Um, it just hasn't looked that way so far. So that's been my most disappointing too. And I ain't gonna lie, Dennis Schroeder's been hooping. Like that's my most surprising player. Like Dennis Schroeder's been passing the ball well, been scoring the ball well. He's still a defensive hawk. Like he does what he's supposed to do at a high efficiency. So
I mean,
Um,
like,
my most surprising. I'm not gonna say Scotty because I saw this from a mile away. Uh,
not worried.
my my most surprising is Dennis. We all got Dennis, the menace all the way around.
Hmm.
Um, I just don't think uh any of us expected for him to perform and mean so much to the Raptors. Uh, and my most disappointing, um, I got two, Precious and also Gary Trent. Um, they just suck. It's no, like they suck. I can't. There's nothing else to say. Like I don't get it. I don't get it.
man, we got Utah. I feel like nobody surprised me for Utah. And like I'm gonna say it quick. Like I feel like I always say this when we talk about Utah. It's just like I'll continue to be sad about Colin Sexton just because I really expected him to be a star, like a real star. So
A
the
real
fact that he hasn't the time that he's been on this roster, he hasn't taken the initiative to really be their lead guard, to be out there with Jordan Clarkson in the backcourt. The fact that he's fighting for point guard minutes with Taylor Horton Tucker and Chris Dunn, who was like extremely who couldn't get a job. It's like, bro, it just continues to get worse and worse. So it's for sure Colin Sexton. Nobody on the Jazz surprising me for real. I'm not surprised about John Collins. I feel like that was always going to be a good fit for them. So, I mean, that's really all it is for me.
my most disappointing. Um, Same Colin. Uh, maybe it's because like he played in Jersey in high school, so like I had hopes for him to be good and great, and we saw like his years in Cleveland where like he was great for a little while, and then it's like he's definitely taking a dip. It's like he's not even taking his opportunities. Uh, but nobody's also surprising in my eyes either. Laurie Markkinen is Laurie Markkinen. Like he's playing how we all expect him to play. Uh, John Collins, like he's fitting, like he's just fitting in. Like I think that's something we knew he was going to be able to do. Uh, Jordan Clarkson is doing what Jordan Clarkson does. Like the Jazz are always a weird team.
Just chuck the ball.
Like Jordan, the Jazz are just a weird team. They've always been a weird team, even when they were a good team. So like, uh, the Jazz are the Jazz, man. They're one of the like that's one of the teams like you hear and they're just you think like they're not real. So
Um, my most disappointing is probably gonna be Colin too. Um, I don't know. Like I think we all just had high hopes for him. Like that's
Especially what we were seeing in Cleveland. Like,
not word. And then I'm not gonna say like most surprising, but I just didn't think he was still gonna continue to be this good. What we're marketing, like
Nah, it's holding up.
the
It's definitely holding up.
efficiency, the shot selection, like he lets the game come to him. Yeah, I don't have too much to say on Laurie. So
Last but and certainly least, we got them absolute fools down in the District of Columbia, the Washington Wizards.
yeah, bro. I ain't gonna
Bright
lie.
spot.
Nobody on that team is most surprising,
Nah, I
and
got shit. I show some
and
love to the rookie, bruh.
everybody on
The
the team
rookie
is most.
Bilal, man. I gotta show some
Word.
love for him.
Yeah, he's hooping. He's hooping.
Nah, I'm not gonna, I'm so disappointed in Jordan Poole. Like to the point where it's like,
All our most disappointed is Jordan Poole. We ain't gotta talk about it.
Yeah, bro. Like, why? Like,
Boy, you
why?
suck. Boy, you just stink.
It's like oh my God. Like, I don't get it.
Again, under 40%. He reminded me of somebody else, but I'm not gonna say I already said his name too many times, but it's like at least he on winning team, you feel me? At least he can shoot the ball from the three, you feel me? Like, guys,
Yo, it's more so it's just his shot selection. It's like, why are you taking these shots? Why?
he got the
Why?
same amount of
I've seen
turnovers
that.
per game as
Yo, this man
fouls.
did it behind the back. He did it behind the back, a misdirection behind the back, walked back to the 3-point line, shot the ball, and got his jump
Try to
shot.
shoot
Yeah,
over
it's like
What?
why do you think that's okay when you're already 6 for 15 or 2 for 15? It's like, why do you take that shot again? Go to the hole, get fouled, do something else.
He fooled us, bro. He done dropped 40 in the preseason. We was talking about him like he about to unleash.
This
That
man
man
talking about
unleashed
some
straight boo-boo.
multiple this man name talking about some multiple 60-point games.
Multiple six.
Like, what? Yo, like, bro just saw the parlay. Like, I promise you, he saw the parlay. Like, promise you.
There's a
Like,
multiple negative 60 plus minus.
like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. This is bad. This is bad.
Hey man, eh, I hate to leave it on a trash note, but with that, that definitely
We
goes
should
through
have
the
started
30
off with the
team.
Wizards.
With the Wizards.
We should have started off with the Wizards.
Man, but that definitely goes through the 30 teams. Like I said, definitely was a lot to go through overall as a whole. Again, shout out to the homie Phritz last episode, helping us with the first half. Second half, we had y'all today, and we're gonna see y'all next week. We're gonna turn up for the December, start of December. The in-season
Yes,
tournament gonna start wrapping up, feel me? Start heating up for sure. And of course, like usual, if you enjoyed the podcast,
yes,
if you're
sir.
watching, make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. Of course, if you're listening, make sure to follow the podcast and leave them 5 stars. And of course, you can follow us on Instagram. We are on TikTok. Everything, link in bio for everything. You can find us anywhere you need to. And like usual, thank you for watching. Thank y'all for listening. And we're going to see y'all next week. As
Yeah.
always,
Thank you.
Yes,
love.
sir.
Hey,